What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing several generations of the United States Air Force Pilot Survival Knife. This is a 2000s edition, and this is a much older one I picked up in a surplus store. As you can see, it's missing the holder for your sharpening stone. This one has it, obviously. But we're going to go over the differences between them, and then this is the brand new one that the Air Force is going with currently. So we'll unbox this sucker and check out these two and compare and contrast between all three knives. So let's get that out of the box and see what we got going on. So right off the bat, we can tell that the new knife is a lot larger than the old style. We'll also notice that it has a ABS or rubber grip rather than the stacked leather from the older previous ones, and that it also went away from having the leather sheath and went with a, looks like a nylon one with a leather backing. So we'll get them all out of the sheath, take a look at them, and compare the differences between them. I don't know the actual age of this one. As you can tell, it has quite a bit of patina on it, so it must be a older variant. And before we actually unsheath these, let's look at the differences just between these two generations on the sheath. Whereas that this older style here has only a reinforced tip, where the whole back of the sheath on this one has reinforced plus the tip on both sides. So we'll get these all out and take a look at them. This one doesn't have any reinforcement other than the leather on the back. So we'll take a look at all three of them outside of their respective holders. Alright, so we have the oldest generation out of the three here. At least it would seem that it's the oldest generation by the patina. It is a Ontario. It has it marked up here. I don't know if that's... There it goes. So you can see that it still says Ontario there. It is a older model. I'm not sure if the 76 means that that's when it was manufactured. Then we have a slightly newer one from, I believe, about 2007, maybe 2008, or a little bit later. But even in the differences between these two are very, very minute, but noticeable. And it's mainly in the blade itself. On the older one, it has much more of a hook here on the tip, whereas that the newer one is more of a straight edge. It's not as pronounced. So, and then we look at the brand new edition is way different. The blade is a lot larger, even compared to the most recent. You can tell it's got a bigger diameter, even blade width wise, and it is even a longer blade. So, and these are all from Ontario. Now, the one thing I did happen to like about the new knife as compared to the old ones, I've used this one quite often. This was the knife I bought many years ago, and I've continued to use it since I got it, is they went for a mimicked stacked leather handle, very similar to this. And even though the sheath is not a leather one, like the older style, I do happen to like the dual locking. So is that if you do happen to have, say, just this one unsnap, your knife is still in there, and I'll demonstrate that for you right here. So we'll put it in, lock it, and lock. So say you're going through the woods and a branch or something snags this and undoes it, it's still not going to fall out because you have the secondary snap here. And it is rather audible to hear that unsnap, so you would probably notice that your knife is slapping around on the side of you. But I do like that as opposed to the older style, and you know, they don't fit in as snugly as the newer one. And if that big tab there gets caught on anything, and while you can rotate the tab, oh no, then this one you can't. On the older model, you can rotate it so as that the tab is actually facing a different way. This one, however, happens to be stitched in place. So you'd have to take that stitching out if you wanted to rotate it, and even then I don't think you could with that rivet there. So I do like that feature of the new knife as opposed to the older styles, but the knife is still a great knife either way. I'm going to have to take this one out, as well as with some other knives that I have, and I'll show you guys those ones. I got a knife that was given to me, same thing with this other survival knife that was given to me by one of you guys, the subscribers. And this is another one we're also going to give a test out in a future video, as well with the survival knife. We're also going to take out the Gerber strong arm again. We used it in the woodcutting video, but we didn't really put it through any of its paces. So we're going to use that one out there as well, give that one a good run. And then last but not least, what we're also going to take out, just to see how it is, this was a free product from Bud K. It is a machete with some little throwing knives. But what we are mainly going to focus on is this machete here. We're going to see, also just to see how that stacks up with a conventional machete. And I'll break out the sawback machete from the last video and compare and contrast this from that one. So, anyway guys, that is the survival knife, the Air Force survival knife, in 3 different generations. And we have the newest one right here, which I'm really excited to give a try. It feels good in the hand, it's a nice size blade, and I don't know if it's full tang or not. I'll have to end up getting back to you guys on that. I would imagine that it would be. These ones were. So I don't think the Air Force would go with a cheaper knife. I mean, other than the fact that changing out certain things to save money, because budget cuts all around. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more reviews of gear like this, please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, check you guys later.